Hey there, darling. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to get you your splits. This video is for somebody who has maybe been training for a little while, maybe they just started, but they want to get their splits. All of these exercises are going to be very easy to do, they're going to feel good, and they're going to unlock your splits. Let's go ahead and get started. Remember, flexibility is all about listening to your body. There's no benefit in pushing past what feels comfortable and safe. Remember that flexibility follows ease and breath. So I encourage you to take everything with me step by step, but really listen to your body and know that with consistency, that progress is going to come. What we're going to start with is a stance with our legs a little wider than our hips. Notice my slight turnout with my knees over my toes. I want to start just getting those hips a little bit more mobile, keeping those knees soft, pushing that hip from side to side, and just making sure that feels good as that hip opens up. We're going to add a circle. Notice my hands are going to support me on my thighs as I push those hips around and keep my knees very soft. That's important. If you have any tension in your hips here, slow it down, listen to your body, and you can do a little bit less in your spiral. Let's go ahead and reverse. Ooh, this should feel so good, especially if we've been sitting a lot. Getting those hips moving in a circle can feel so good. Let's go ahead and pause there. We're going to take just a few traditional squats. My feet are going to be slightly turned out, a little wider than hips, and I'm going to put the weight in my heels as I bend back. For this variation, I want to leave my torso nice and high, and we want to be very careful with this. Again, just watching our alignment in our knees, keeping a long spine, showing off nice, beautiful long neck. For 3, for 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and take a stance from here. I'm going to come into my lunge position. Notice my back foot is popped. I want my hands on my hips, open chest. My tailbone is going to anchor down to the floor. We don't want to be arched here. I want that nice neutral pelvis. From here, notice I want 90 degrees in the knees, up and down. If we have any knee pain or this is challenging, we can do a little less bend or put our hand on our wall for support. What we don't want to do is take it forward over that front knee. Imagine that pelvis is going straight up and straight down. About 10 of these on each side. Nice job. Let's find a 180 degree, popping that back toe, neutralizing that pelvis, and taking that straight down. It's really important that we're using this back hip to help us do this movement and not just relying on that front leg. Nice square hips, knees over toes. We're relaxed. Very nice. Let's come back to the center. Now, I do recommend some yoga blocks for this next part. You can always use a wall if you need a little bit of support, but the yoga blocks are really helpful. What we're going to do from here is take one leg out, and notice this leg's going to start straight. I've got, again, my hips square and in neutral, tailbone pointing down. A good way to make sure my hips are square. If you make fists with those thumbs facing forward, that should be over that front foot and not to that open side. So finding our nice stacked leg, we're gonna have a straight front leg to start and flex that foot. We want to actively squeeze that quadricep and pull that kneecap up. Keeping the shoulders down and the chest long. I'm gonna try to get as long a back as possible. And then I'm going to take that forward into a lunge. What I want to focus on with this is squeezing this booty, pushing that hip forward, and actively opening up this front part of the hip. Keeping that spine long. This is a good one. We can do about 6 to 8 or 10 even, forward and back. It just starts feeling so good. What we want to do is get just a millimeter deeper Each time we go, a millimeter longer. Let's take a big deep breath for one more. Let's hold here. My hands are going to come down either on the blocks or on the floor. From here, you're going to tuck your back toe. Very important that we squeeze, bounce a quarter off of that cheek. Here we go, you've got this. Think about pushing into that back foot and lifting the back knee. Try to have a fully straight leg. That's where the benefit comes in. If this is too intense, we can always come to this sort of stacked positioning here, where it's more of a pigeon. I'm on top of that heel, wherever we feel supported to get that back leg straight and that booty squeezing. Let's take 2 more. Nice job. From here, point that back toe. We're going to take our hands to the inside of our foot. Now I can use a yoga block again. What's important when I'm using my arms is to keep my elbows soft. We never want hyperextension and shruggy shoulders. Pull those shoulders down and bend your elbows. That looks beautiful and it's nice and safe. I'm going to think slight turn out of this front foot, just a little bit, and that knee can gently go to the side. For my lizard pose, I'm going to think knee in and out. If this feels good and I want a little more challenge, come down to those elbows. Long spine, and you can shift that weight in and out to just get that movement of that front knee in and out, whatever feels good. We're going to go ahead and plant those hands, take the hips up and back. We're going to take our pigeon pose. This one feels so good. There's a modification where we can start sitting on the heel, and I can also use my yoga block underneath that booty right there. As my hips become more open, I'm going to be able to get my foot a little bit more forward and also flatter on the mat. We want to avoid any sort of rotation. So squeeze that booty, pull the hip forward, start by lifting through the torso and the arms. Exhale, you're going to take that torso forward and down. Letting those elbows connect. Lengthening through the spine. This is your opportunity to truly sink into this stretch. Notice where you're holding unnecessary tension. Are you clenching your jaw? Are you shrugging your shoulders? Are you squeezing through your pelvis or your tummy? Let yourself melt into that pose. Eventually we'll get our forehead to our hands, and eventually arms out, forehead can come to the floor. Again, wherever you feel supported, let's take a shift side to side. And we'll rise up. Okay, let's go ahead and take that flow into the other side. Finding our blocks, find our alignment first and foremost. One more thing, if you have sensitive knees, go ahead and roll your yoga mat a couple of times, or get knee pads or leg warmers. Do whatever you need to do to make sure our knees feel really supported. Let's take that other leg forward, leg out straight. Hips are square, spine is long. Now we're ready to rock. Straight front leg, flex that foot, long spine, squeeze the back glute to take that forward and open the chest. Get into your own rhythm with this. We want to do 6 to 10 of these. Make sure that we keep those hips as square as possible, and we keep that torso nice and open as we push through. You guys are doing fantastic. I hope this is feeling as good to you as it is for me. Open chest. Let's take one more. Really flex that foot, pull the toes back, straight knee. Exhale into our nice deep lunge. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take our hands to that inside, either on the floor or the yoga block. Slight turnout of the knee and toe. Watch that alignment. You're going to shift that knee out and in and just get a little bit more mobility through that hip. Should feel good wherever we're at. If you've got that open hip. You can come down to those elbows and just think really long spine, really long neck, and really long back leg. Make sure the top of the back foot is flat on the floor and not rotating any direction. Love lizard. Let's go ahead and float it up. From here, we've got our pigeon. See where it feels good for you. Again, I've got that seat on my heel, and I can also give it that little support with that block. Wherever I am, we're gonna start with that nice tilted down pelvis, long front of the body. Feel that stretch in this hip here. Arms down. You're gonna take your time walking forward in this. I can also use my yoga block right here. The trick with pigeon, it's a releasing pose. We don't want to be straining, we don't want to be forcing. This is that opportunity to sink down. And if you feel like you want to stay in pigeon pose longer than what we're doing today, feel free. Make sure we do everything balanced on both sides. Taking that breath as an opportunity to exhale any tension in our face or jaw, in the chest or shoulders, in the belly or the pelvis. You can shift those hips gently side to side and just invite those hips to go a little bit deeper. Dropping it down. If you can get those arms a little lower, let's take 2 breaths and melt into that stretch. Another tip for pigeon is we can flex our front foot. So this foot right here, it's smart to give that a flex, especially if we have tension in the knee or any zinging in the hip. Give that front foot a flex, and that's going to help provide that stability so that doesn't happen. Using your breath to inhale, rise up. Hands underneath the shoulders, front leg back. Go ahead and wag that tail. Couple side to sides. If you want to take a little spiral through those hips. Oh, that feels good. All right. So everything that we've done so far is prepping us to go for the split. Again, yoga blocks are our good dear friend for this. So I'm going to find that initial setup with that really long spine, and I'm going to gently take my energy forward and back, and I'm going to slide my front foot forward inch by inch, coming into my lunge, straightening that front leg and sliding it out more. Maybe this is my max for today. Keep in mind your max for today might be different than it was yesterday, and it will be definitely different tomorrow. But we want to honor where it feels good. I can stay supported here, soft elbows, open chest. I can even use a yoga block to go underneath my leg. So depending on what level we're at, we've got that support. From there, we don't want to open to dance or side split. We want to keep it into square front splits. Squeeze that glute, bounce a quarter off of that tushy. Keep a nice long spine. Wherever we feel supported, we're going to think. Now, 20 seconds, push down into the floor. Try to close your legs through the floor. Add that consistent pressure. Keep breathing, opening and lengthening through the front of the body. Push down. You got this. Keep squeezing. Keep pushing down for one more breath. And now exhale. What we're going to do here is try to lift the legs. They're not going to lift, but let's pretend. We're going to lift the legs. What that might do is invite you to slide just a little bit deeper. Lift the legs, lift the legs. If you're a little shaky like me, that's okay. Our muscles are learning something new here. Keep breathing, keep lifting. You've got this. We're going to take one more deep breath. And we're going to do one more set. Squeeze down, legs through the floor. Try to pull those legs together. Keep pushing down, keep the hips square. Open through the chest. Breathe. And try to lift them up, lift them up, lift them up. That definitely helps me get a little bit deeper. You can remove those blocks as you need to. Also keep in mind, if you've got your splits flat, we can use this block underneath that ankle. And even if we don't have totally flat splits yet, that can be helpful at helping us get a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Let's float out of that. We've got this one more time on the other side. Let's find our setup. Long spine, square hips. We're going to take it inch by inch, sliding that front foot forward and squeezing the back glute, inviting it to go deeper. Take your time getting into what feels like a good max starting point. You can give it that little assist with your yoga block underneath. Wherever we're at, let's push down. Think about pulling those legs together, push through the floor. Creates a natural lift through the front of the body. Back glutes, squeezing. This is very active with that tushy in the back. Keep pushing down, keep breathing. And relax. We're going to try to lift those legs up. Lift them up, lift them up, lift them up off the floor without bending the knee. We're not doing this. It's coming from the hip, lifting up. Hold. Beautiful. We're at the home stretch. Do it with me. Here we go. Push down into the mat. Pull those legs together. You've got this. Open, proud chest. Breathe. Squeeze that back glute. Push those legs down for one more breath. And relax. Think about lifting those legs, lifting those legs, lifting those legs. Keep it square. If we need to come back up and reset up to keep square, that's totally fine. A lot of the times we're going to kind of sink into it. Maybe it's too intense. Come right back up. See where we can work ourselves gently in and out. Take one more breath and exhale. So good. Let's float that front leg back. Come to a forward fold. Elbows on the knees. Let's take a couple cat-cows. Rolling up to a stand. Inhale, arms up. Quick reset. Fingers facing down, hips forward. And one more forward fold. Arms up. I hope your splits are this much closer. Remember, consistency is the magic, not so much intensity. We want to teach our body where that new threshold is consistently. And keep in mind that max is going to be different from day to day. Some days it's a little better, some days it gets a little bit more regressed, but know that flexibility practice really shows up in weeks to months after that initial session and continuing sessions. So keep it up, darling. Be sure to follow along tomorrow for the next video.